Welcome to the guided tour of my ePortfolio, a capstone project for the Masters of Educational Technology program with the University of British Columbia. This short video will highlight some of the key features of my ePortfolio and walk you through the navigation. I've included numerous artifacts from my learning experiences and have provided short reflections on how these experiences have shaped my personal and professional growth. This ePortfolio is purposefully designed to allow me to reflect on my learning and share my mastery of knowledge, integration of research with practice, and professional and personal growth with colleagues, peers, friends, and family. My hope is that this ePortfolio will set the foundation for continual professional development so that I may continue being a perpetual learner. I also intend for this ePortfolio to act as a pedagogical resource for other educators who show an interest in expanding their educational technology practices. I will not only provide examples, but also allow other educators to read my viewpoints and analyses so that they may make some connections to their own practice. I've chosen to organize this ePortfolio with the help of a metaphor. I've been highly involved in music since the age of 7 and found parallels between my learning journey through this program and the format of a sonata. The fundamentals and creativity required to compose a sonata is much like the adventures of life. While there may be a basic structure to life's expectations, the composer has the right to make the choices that changes the outcome of the path. Sonata Allegro form is structured into 3 parts: exposition, development, and recapitulation. Each part introduces and develops a musical subject, usually the identifying melody of a piece, by weaving different themes, styles, and variations together to create a coherent piece of music. While classical pieces traditionally adhere tightly to structure, composers often add their own embellishments or interpretations of each part of the sonata to create musically distinct compositions. Similar to this, the courses I took throughout the program were presented in a particular format with basic expectations, but I was able to interject my own experiences and point of views to make the outcome of each course my own. To navigate this site, there's a navigation bar at the top of the page to allow my viewers to explore at will, or I've included navigation buttons at the bottom of each page to lead you in a linear fashion. I've decided to keep this site as clean and clear as possible, which is why you'll find similar formatting on each page, as well as limited distractions. The images and videos are displayed to intentionally allow you to explore the pieces of music or composers that I include in my reflections. Interestingly, the background image used as the header on each page is a portion of a march that my late grandfather composed for the bagpipe. He played a large role in the encouragement needed to stick with my music education. Getting back to the content of my ePortfolio, I've organized each of my learning artifacts into 3 main sections: exposition, development, and recapitulation. The exposition of a sonata is similar to the introduction of an essay. Main themes are introduced to lay the foundation for the rest of the piece. All of the artifacts that I discuss in this section represent the new skills and experiences that laid the foundation for my learning in this program. For each artifact, I include the course description to provide my viewers with some context for the artifact, as well as include the original document or a link to the original project so that my viewers wishing to explore a certain educational technology further can do so. The development section of a sonata is similar to the body of an essay. This is where the themes outlined in the exposition are further developed using a variety of different styles and sounds. All of the artifacts that I have highlighted in this section represent a new way of thinking or a new spin on an old way of using technology. Of particular interest is the blog post I wrote for a text technologies course that discussed the changes I'm seeing in spoken versus text conversations. I make reference to a skit performed by a comedic pianist, Victor Borga, on phonetic punctuation. If you've never watched this one, I would highly recommend it. The recapitulation section of a sonata is similar to the conclusion of an essay, where the main themes are repeated for continuity. The artifacts I've chosen to highlight here represent some of the new skills I acquired in the beginning of the program, but was able to take to a new level due to all of the other learning experiences that have occurred since. Since this ePortfolio would be viewed and evaluated by the UBC faculty members, I have designed an assessment rubric that is reminiscent of the types of piano adjudications I would receive after completing each examination. Each category will be evaluated on a 5-point scale, 5 being exceeding expectations and 1 being minimally meeting expectations. I'd considered simplifying the rubric to a pass-fail system where each category was either present or lacking, but I prefer having more of a linear assessment because it provides me with more feedback as to how well I'm meeting the criteria of the project. I've also included a downloadable copy of the assessment rubric so my viewers may use it in their evaluation. I appreciate you taking the time to have a look at my graduating ePortfolio and encourage you to read some of my artifact selections so that you may get a better sense of my practice and perhaps pick up an idea or two. Enjoy!